Good afternoon, guys. Good afternoon. Welcome to South Africa Lately, a channel that discusses South African trending news. We do, however, grab here and there from international news when it is trending enough to be brought here. Do not kill Chris Hani again. I want to talk about that. But before I proceed, I would like to say I am not a political analyst. I am not a specialist in politics. I do not have the deep knowledge in politics. However, I am a South African who's also a voter, and I do believe my views matter, at least to me. Now let's proceed. In the elections that we just had, people were expressing their dissatisfaction with the ANC prior to the existence of the MK. So we had these many voters that used to be the ANC voters, but were not happy with the ANC because, especially for the service delivery that they wanted and they could not see. So you have the Democratic Alliance, which is promoting itself as the best at service delivery using Cape Town and Umgeni municipality. So whether everyone is happy in those municipalities, it's another story. But they are promoting themselves as the best at service delivery. Look, even before MK happened, the ANC lost those votes already. People who were voting the ANC before didn't want to vote for the ANC this time around because they were not so happy until the MK happened and took most of the votes from the Democratic Alliance. And there are people who still voted for the Democratic Alliance even in the presence of MK. So you don't see that as an ANC that the people are trying to hold you accountable. You get to the interview like that, you say the voters threw us under the bus. That was an opportunity for the ANC to talk to the voters. In no time, we'll be voting in the local government elections. In no time. So that was an opportunity. The ANC should be spending more time trying to win the voters back. So that was a platform to say, okay, we do understand that we did you wrong. Try to talk to the voter in the way that they see that you recognize the mistake and you're trying to correct it. So at least do not mention the voters at all. To mention the voters and say they threw you under the bus. No, there's a reason why people voted the way they did. You see, you cannot be doing the same thing the same way or even improving on the bad that we are doing and expect people not to react. The votes that the ANC is now talking to, the voters that the ANC is talking to now is not the same voters that voted in 1994. You have to have something solid these days. You cannot tell a child that was born in 2000, you tell that child about do not kill Chris Hani. Though they know the story of Chris Hani, but to them it doesn't hold so much ground because all they know is that they are struggling with NSFAS. There's hunger in South Africa. There's no employment in South Africa. You study and not get a job. So when you come and talk the Chris Hani story, trying to get on the emotional side of the people, you are not doing yourself a favor because people have proven that regardless of the apartheid history, of whatever you can bring from the dark days of South Africa, if you are not giving them the reason to vote for you, they won't. Who knows? More people might join the other side and vote for different parties and leave the ANC. So the voters that are voting now are thinkers. Let me not say they are not stupid. They are thinkers. They think before they vote. Especially these elections, people applied their minds before voting. And you think that is going to stop? No, it is not going to stop. So to get to such a platform and say the voters threw the ANC under the bus, how many times the ANC has thrown people under the bus? Not taking away from the good of that the ANC has done, because even now I'm able to express myself because of the freedom of expression and the freedom of speech that the ANC fought for. We are grateful for that. But you see, we cannot live on that all the time. Please, we cannot. Corruption is everywhere in South Africa. Everywhere, everyone knows. So please, the ANC must pull itself together and act accordingly. Talk to the voters through service delivery, then you won't need to be bringing Chris Hani in this mess. I don't think Chris Hani would recognize the ANC that we have these days. Please, I highly doubt if you were to rise from the dead and come and look at this ANC, like he would even say, don't put my name in it. Do not put my name in it. So, all I'm saying is, Panyaza Lesufi was not supposed to say the voters throw them under the bus. No. You don't need all those things if you do service delivery. That's all the voters want. We want to see service delivery. And so that, and also the ANC must look like they hear us. Do you understand? It's like now we're talking to people who just are not bothered. And we are so personally, I am so happy they are feeling the pain. Imagine the pain we're feeling every year. Every year. Yes, every year, let me put it that way. The pain we are feeling everywhere. With this little shift, they are losing their minds. This little shift, they are losing their minds. What I'm saying is, the way South Africa voted these elections, it's a message. The voters are trying to hold the ANC accountable. All these things of going to the television and be saying the things that they are saying that have got nothing to do with winning the voters back. It won't help them. Talk to the voter. This is exactly how the Democratic Alliance won many votes in these elections, because they talk to the voter. They talk to the voter, addressing service delivery that people want the most. You see now, during this election, they were like, rescue South Africa. They were rescuing South Africa in the elections. What we really want to hear, we need the ANC to understand that, look, we messed up big time. We messed up and we are correcting ourselves. Because now, if you're defending the ANC that also sounds so divided also, you're trying to defend the ANC. Don't defend the ANC, talk to the voter. Do not be defending the ANC. Swallow that pride, recognize where you went wrong, and talk to the voter. And the biggest talk you can do with the little power that you have at this moment is do service delivery. It's a disgrace, honestly. It's a disgrace. We can't be quiet and not be saying anything. Trust me, even for me to be talking about this on this channel, it takes a lot. My family would be shocked. They're even shocked that I'm doing this thing because I am a voter. So somebody said, I want to make money on this channel. That is a no-brainer. Also, I want to make that money too. But I could have chosen a different content. This is the one that I feel like I need to address the most. So, before I go, I'm going to put that clip here of Panyaza Lesufi saying the voters threw the ANC under the bus. That was not supposed to have come out of his mouth. Do have a lovely day.
We embraced ourselves to say, regardless of the limitation of the outcome, we will defend what Chris Hani stood for. But you go to negotiations and have other political parties that their mission is to kill the ANC. Their mission is to eliminate the ANC. The voters might have said what they've said. But to kill the ANC will never happen. As long as some of us still breathe, as long as some of us are still members of the African National Congress, Chris Hani will never die. Even if voters have thrown us in the lion's den with some of this organization that hate transformation, some of this organization that still glorify an apartheid flag, some